Are we are we live? It looks like we are live. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Pop Culture Asylum. I'm your host Gabriel. I hope everyone's having a great day so far. I definitely am, and I hope everyone who's watching this video is also having a great day as well. And happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Halloween. Today is definitely one of the greatest holidays of all time, and personally one of my favorite holidays of mine. I fucking love Halloween. I don't know if I'm supposed to curse in the first 30-second marks, but clearly I don't care. I fucking love Halloween. Halloween, behind Christmas, Halloween is like one of my favorite holidays of all time. I just love Halloween. So, yeah, enough about me talking about that. Obviously, that's not the title of this video. Usually, I don't upload on Sundays, but I'm pretty forward, and I figured, why not? Why not talk about this situation? And if you read the title of this video, is wrestlers AEW should go out of their way to sign. Now, I heard people all over social media saying like, "Oh my god, AEW's bloated. Oh my god, AEW already has a big roster. They can't do any more signings." Really? Are you serious? Okay. Now, yes, will AEW get to a point where the AEW roster is so bloated that they can't sign any more superstars or any more wrestlers? Yes. Eventually it will get to that point. It is inevitable. Okay? But as of right now, AEW can handle a few more signings and be okay. But I know that like a good amount of people on social media, and especially on Twitter, are saying this. So that situation alone kind of inspired me to make this video because first of all, that argument is stupid. Okay, now yes, will the AEW roster eventually get bloated to the point that they can't sign any more wrestlers? Yes. Okay, that is inevitable. Okay. But as of right now, AEW can handle a few more signings and be okay. And I figure that it would be very, very fun to really give my opinions on who would be perfect for AEW and who AEW should go out of their way to sign. Now, I didn't go too crazy because I like my list is not too crazy. Like on this list, I got like so for the men, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 men, 6 women, and 2 tag teams. That would absolutely be perfect for AEW. I didn't want to make the list too big because at the end of the day, I wanted to be realistic. Not everyone is going to AEW. I even had to leave out some of my favorites. Shinsuke Nakamura, right? For example, he is my absolute favorite in the modern era. I love Shinsuke Nakamura. But like if Shinsuke Nakamura were ever to be released by WWE, I think that he would more than likely go back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like I wouldn't be mad if Shinsuke Nakamura went to AEW. But I feel like Nakamura would really go back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I think Nakamura will be a good I think Nakamura going back to New Japan Pro Wrestling would make sense. Plus, we could still possibly get Shinsuke Nakamura in AEW in the future because as you know, AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling has a partnership, the Forbidden Door. So yeah, either way, it's a win-win situation. Even if Nakamura doesn't go to AEW, but instead goes to New Japan Pro Wrestling, we could still see a Shinsuke Nakamura appearance in AEW in the future. That's if Shinsuke Nakamura ever leaves WWE, and I hope to God that he does. Because it's not like WWE is doing anything with Shinsuke Nakamura, especially right now. Yes, he's Intercontinental Champion, but let's be real. He's being overshadowed right now by Rick Boogs. Now, I'm not hating on Rick Boogs. Okay, I love Rick Boogs. Okay, but I feel like they're giving more of a spotlight to Rick Boogs instead of Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay, not to mention the fact that they haven't done nothing with Nakamura's Intercontinental Championship reign, just like all his other championship reigns. Yes, he's a champion, but it means nothing if you're not going to do anything with him. WWE has done nothing with Nakamura as the Intercontinental Champion. Okay? WWE never valued Shinsuke Nakamura, so might as well leave. WWE doesn't deserve a Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay, so that's my mini rant on that. But, yeah. So, yeah, Nakamura, I feel like he would be better fit for AEW. So, that's my example. And not everyone, like, I have some of my favorites on my own, but they're not going to be on my list. I only picked wrestlers that would absolutely be perfect for AEW. Okay, and nothing else. Like AEW. Like, they could be good in other promotions as well, but specifically AEW, they would fit like a glove. Okay? So without further ado, enough of me rambling. Let's go over wrestlers that I think would absolutely be perfect for All Elite Wrestling. So let's start off with the men, which is more than which is the longest list that I have. It has 14 wrestlers specifically. Let's go over them one by one. So right off the bat, I'm starting off the list with Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly would be perfect for All Elite Wrestling. First of all, right off the bat, Bobby Fish is in AEW. How are you going to have Bobby Fish in AEW and not have Kyle O'Reilly? Okay? Like, hello, Red Dragon. You if you have Kyle O'Reilly in AEW, there's another tag team right there in Red Dragon. Because Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, when they're together, they are honestly one of the best tag teams in the world when they're together. They're great as singles competitors, but as a tag team, holy shit, man. They are such an amazing tag team. And Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon, would absolutely be perfect for the AEW tag team division. Hell, if you want, you can reunite the Undisputed Era in AEW. Do like a little AEW version of the Undisputed Era. It makes too much sense. You can do so many things with Kyle O'Reilly in AEW. Kyle O'Reilly would fit like a glove in AEW. So that's why I put Kyle O'Reilly on this list. He would be perfect for AEW. Next up, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. He would be great in AEW because, again, here's the thing. Jeff Hardy doesn't have much time left. Both Jeff and Matt Hardy don't have, they only have a few years left. And WWE, ever since they got Jeff Hardy back, they have done nothing with him. Absolutely nothing. Okay, they made him look like a jobber. Okay, making him go after 24/7 championships. Okay, and either they're doing that or they're using Jeff Hardy to bury young talents just to say that, oh, Jeff Hardy got a victory. That's incredible. But they use him to bury talent in the process. And again, this is not me blaming Jeff Hardy because that's one of my pet peeves when it comes to professional wrestling in general. At the end of the day, The professional wrestler is just doing their job. It's creative that are the idiots. Okay, it's never the wrestlers 99% of the time. Okay, and I felt like WWE has been wasting Jeff Hardy. Like literally everyone in the wrestling community has been asking for Jeff Hardy to have a big push, and they never gave it to him after he returned. Now, yes, now that he's on SmackDown, he will more than likely get a program with Roman Reigns. But after that, what would Jeff Hardy do after that? Because it's not like he's going to take the title away from Roman Reigns. And yet, the program would be cool, and it would give Jeff Hardy the spotlight one more time. But it's not like WWE is going to give the Universal Championship to Jeff Hardy. And after Jeff Hardy is done with Roman Reigns, what is WWE going to do with Jeff Hardy? Jeff Hardy is going to be back in square one, okay? Just being wasted by WWE, okay? Jeff Hardy would just, honest to God, be better if he just left WWE, okay? And go to AEW, okay? Like Matt Hardy, like the AEW, let's be honest, AEW hasn't been doing anything with Matt Hardy. And like bringing Jeff Hardy in, we can reunite the Hardy Boys one more time. Have the Hardy Boys go to one more run. Hell, give them the AEW Tag Team Championships once, okay? And have the Hardy Boys like really go over, like really make tag teams like Santana and Ortiz. Like really put Santana and Ortiz over, the Lucha Bros over, the Young Bucks over. Like, bro, I think Jeff Hardy would have a proper send-off in AEW than in WWE. Okay? Like, and not even that, if you want, you can give Jeff Hardy one more good singles run in AEW. Okay? So, yeah, you can have the Hardy Boys together as one more tag team run for them, putting another tag team in an already loaded AEW tag team division. Just imagine, like the AEW tag team division we have now. Imagine adding Red Dragon and the Hardy Boys into the mix. Not to mention, I also have a tag team section that I want to go over. I've got 2 more tag teams that I want to go over that would be perfect for AEW. But imagine the AEW tag team division right now with the Red Dragon in it and the Hardy Boys. That is showing the world that AEW has the best tag team division. No one can touch it. Not Impact, not New Japan Pro Wrestling, and especially not WWE. I think Jeff Hardy would fit like a glove in AEW. After that, Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, man. I think like Kevin Owens, like definitely should go to AEW. Like, first of all, let's get this out of the way. Mount Rushmore. Okay, you can have Kevin Steen, Adam Cole, and the Young Bucks reunite once again and be the new dominant faction replacing the Elite. Because let's be honest, the Elite is probably going to separate. Okay, so if you're going to separate the Elite, because I don't think the Elite is going to stay together forever, wouldn't it be cool to bring Kevin Steen in? Okay, would it be cool to bring Kevin Steen in? Have Kenny Omega lose the AEW World Championship. Like, he's going crazy. He's blaming the Young Bucks. He's blaming Adam Cole for his failures. The Young Bucks and Adam Cole are sick of it. Kevin Steen attacks Kenny Omega. Adam Cole and the Young Bucks join him, and Mount Rushmore is the new dominant force in AEW, and secretly do a Kenny Omega face turn. That would be awesome. That would be amazing. That's how I would book it. I think that would be amazing. I think that would be incredible. Not to mention the freaking dream matches. Think about it. CM Punk versus Kevin Steen. Holy shit. Okay, that's money written all over it. CM Punk versus Kevin Steen. Eddie Kingston versus Kevin Steen. Bryan Danielson versus Kevin Steen. Kenny Omega versus Kevin Steen. Now that is a dream match right there. You got all these dream matches. Not to mention Mount Rushmore. And imagine Kevin Steen as AEW World Champion. I think he would have a phenomenal run. Okay, and it's not like WWE is doing anything with Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens. Okay, WWE has been putting Kevin Owens into obscurity. They've barely done anything with him. Okay, they never really treated him as a big deal, except for once, and I believe it was 2012 when he was Universal Champion. But that's about it. And even then, it ended controversially when they had Kevin Owens lose the Universal title to Goldberg for absolutely no reason. Okay, to be honest, I don't think they ever really valued KO. Well, they value KO to an extent, but not to the point that he would be a big star. At Kevin Steen AEW, he would be a big star. He would be a big star again. Okay, he would be one of the faces of AEW. He'll be one of the faces of the wrestling promotion once again, instead of being on the sidelines. Okay, because WWE has been restricting Kevin Owens for far too long. I think it's time to bring Kevin Steen back to the world of professional wrestling. Next up, Sami Zayn, El Generico. Now, here is a man that WWE never valued ever since he came up to the main roster. They never valued this man. Never. Ever. They just use him as a comedy joke. They use him as a joke. They used him as a punchline. Okay, they never valued this man. Okay, they always restrict him. And now Sami Zayn is barely doing anything. Like, tell me, when was the last time Sami Zayn was on TV? When was the last time Sami Zayn was on TV? You mean to tell me that you can't put Sami Zayn like in a program in the mid-card division or something along those lines? Okay. I don't even remember the last time WWE even gave Sami Zayn the opportunity to do anything. Okay. Oh, Sami Zayn brought Logan Paul into WWE. And it's not really an accomplishment. Okay, you brought an annoying YouTube sensation to WWE. Really? That's it? That's the only accomplishment that you can do this year? Like, honestly, Sami Zayn deserves better. He honestly does. And I think AEW would make Sami Zayn a big star. They would finally value him and give him the respect he deserves. Okay, he would be great in a tag team division with Kevin Steen. Okay, because as you know, Kevin Steen and Sami Zayn were once Ring of Honor tag team champions back in Ring of Honor. Well, I don't think they ever won the Ring of Honor tag team titles. I'm not exactly sure, but I know for a fact that Kevin Steen and Sami Zayn, or El Generico, were a tag team in Ring of Honor. So I can see them being a tag team in AEW. So imagine the AEW tag team division right now with Red Dragon, the Hardy Boys, and Kevin Steen and El Generico. Whoa, that is crazy. And in matter of fact, I think it's time we bring back El Generico and bury Sami Zayn. Okay, because El Generico, I think, is a perfect fit for Sami Zayn. Because, yeah, he's a little bit of a comedy character, but at the same time, he is also very serious as well. And plus, when Sami Zayn was El Generico, he was one of the most over people in all of professional wrestling at one point. Okay, and I think it would be a cool pop for the old school wrestling fans to bring back El Generico. And plus, I think the new generation of professional wrestling fans will love El Generico, in my personal opinion. It will take a little bit to really love the El Generico character, just like Orange Cassidy. But I think even the new generation of professional wrestling fans will like El Generico. Okay. And the old school professional wrestling fans would get a huge pop out of that, because who doesn't love El Generico? Okay. I think it's time we bring back El Generico. Plus, he would be great in the mid card division. And if you really want to bring some new fresh faces in the main event scene, I think it would be cool if they put Sami Zayn or El Generico in the main event scene. I think that would be very, very cool. But yeah, I think El Generico would be perfect for AEW, in my opinion. Next up on the list, the phenomenal AJ Styles. This one is a no-brainer. Okay, AJ Styles would fit like a glove in all elite wrestling. Okay, AEW. I mean, AJ Styles has a history with Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Adam Page. For God's sakes, AJ Styles was the second leader of the Bullet Club, which, by the way, the Bullet Club was literally the precursor to All Elite Wrestling forming. Because again, if it wasn't for the Bullet Club, we wouldn't have the Elite. And if we didn't have the Elite, we wouldn't have All Elite Wrestling. Okay, not to mention the fact that the last time we saw AJ Styles and Kenny Omega together, Kenny Omega took down AJ Styles, and that led to Kenny Omega being the new Bullet Club leader. So imagine AJ Styles going to AEW to tie up some loose ends and ultimately get the revenge against Kenny Omega. That would be an incredible match. Bro, people would talk about that for ages between Kenny Omega and AJ Styles. Like, honestly, that sounds so fucking good on paper. Okay, two of the best professional wrestlers in the world going at it. You must be out of your fucking mind to have both AJ Styles and Kenny Omega in the same promotion and not put them together. That is money. Absolute money. Not to mention that AJ Styles, like, he can have other dream matches, like with Bryan Danielson again, with CM Punk. Like, I know they have some heat with one another, but if anyone can like bury that, it's both CM Punk and AJ Styles. Like, hell, CM Punk and Colt Cabana are in the same promotion. They ended their friendship in bad terms. Hopefully they could get together soon and bury the hatchet on their friendship and become friends again. But if CM Punk and Colt Cabana can coexist in AEW, I think AJ Styles and CM Punk can both coexist in AEW. And I would love to see a dream match between CM Punk and AJ Styles to see who truly is the best in the world. Like, literally, the dream matches are absolutely endless with AJ Styles. And plus, you can have AJ Styles, right, really put over young talent. Like, imagine AJ Styles versus MJF, or AJ Styles versus Sammy Guevara. Okay, AJ Styles versus Dante Martin. Like, bro, AJ Styles versus Daniel Garcia. Like, holy shit, bro. Okay, AJ Styles would fit like a glove in AEW, in my opinion. Next up, Finn Balor. Finn Balor. Talk about, like, this is another man who has a history with with Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Hangman Adam Page. As a matter of fact, Finn Balor was the first ever leader of the Bullet Club. Finn Balor made the Bullet Club. Okay? Remember what I said earlier about AJ Styles, about if it wasn't for the Bullet Club, we wouldn't have the Elite. And if we didn't have the Elite, we wouldn't have AEW. Well, Finn Balor is the source. Okay? If it wasn't for Finn Balor, we wouldn't have the Bullet Club. If we didn't have the Bullet Club, then we wouldn't have the Elite. If we didn't have the Elite, we wouldn't have AEW. So inadvertently, technically, Finn Balor is the man that created All Elite Wrestling. He was the domino that took everything down for the end game to be AEW. Okay, so yeah, Finn Balor would fit like a glove in AEW. But the storytelling ideas are absolutely endless. You could do Finn Balor versus Kenny Omega. Hell, you can do Finn Balor versus AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega to see who is the best Bullet Club leader. Bro, like, how can you not be excited just by thinking that? Okay, I think that would be phenomenal. Okay, like, no pun intended, but actually, no, screw that, pun intended. Okay, I think that would absolutely rock. Okay, and Finn Balor would be another man to put over good time, like MJF and Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia and Dante Martin and Orange Cassidy. I think Finn Balor would be perfect for AEW, in my opinion. After that, Johnny Gargano, man. Johnny motherfucking Gargano. Okay, Mr. Johnny Wrestling himself would be perfect for All Elite Wrestling. Okay, really think about it. Like, Johnny Gargano, right? He is a pure professional wrestler at heart. Okay, he loves professional wrestling. Honestly, I don't trust WWE. Like, if Johnny Gargano ever goes up to the main roster, I don't even trust WWE. Like, WWE is gonna probably like make him a jobber. Hell, WWE is doing a terrible job booking Johnny Gargano in NXT 2.0. Okay, but like Johnny Gargano in AEW, just imagine, man. He would be great for the mid-card division. He would be great for the tag team division with another certain wrestler that I have on this list. This is a hint on another wrestler I have on this list, and I'll get to him in a little bit. But yeah, Johnny Gargano would be great in the mid-card division. Hell, if you even want to, you can put him in the main event scene. Okay, imagine matches. Johnny Gargano versus Sammy Guevara. Johnny Gargano versus MJF. Hell, even some of the people on this list. Johnny Gargano versus AJ Styles. Johnny Gargano versus Finn Balor. Johnny Gargano versus Kenny Omega. Johnny, like, bro. Okay. Hell, we can even see a rematch from a long time ago with Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole. Johnny Gargano versus Andrade El Idolo. Johnny Gargano versus Malachi Black. Okay. You like, I'm surprised that not many people are saying that Johnny Gargano would be perfect for AEW, because in reality he does. He would absolutely be perfect for AEW, in my opinion. Next up on this list, Bray Wyatt. Without a doubt, one of the most creative minds, if not the most creative mind in all of professional wrestling today. A man that WWE did not value since day one. A man that WWE did not care for since day one. Okay? And a man that WWE idiotically released like a bunch of fucking idiots. Okay? Here's a man, Bray Wyatt. Like, WWE keeps burying him. But since Bray Wyatt has such a creative mind, he kept coming back. He kept coming back. Every time WWE tried to bury his character over and over again, Bray Wyatt just keeps getting back up because Bray Wyatt is a fucking genius. He is a genius. Okay, but WWE never cared about him. And they unceremoniously released him. And they always restricted him and gave him stupid shit to work with. He has always been limited. But in AEW, when it comes to characters, no one is limited. Okay, Bray Wyatt was absolutely incredible, even when he was limited in WWE. Imagine if Bray Wyatt went to AEW. Imagine if Wyndham Rotunda came to AEW, where the AEW has all the creative freedom. Like, AEW gives all the creative freedom to every single one of their wrestlers. So imagine Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda in AEW. Bro, like Wyndham Rotunda would be crazy in AEW. Okay, and I know that as of right now, Wyndham Rotunda is a free agent. Tony Khan needs to speak with him. Okay, Tony Khan would absolutely be insane if Tony Khan did not go out and try to bring Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda to AEW. Because imagine Wyndham Rotunda as with all the creative freedom in the world in AEW. Bro, that would be big. At that point, WWE was shit in their pants. Okay, because they have a creative mind in Wyndham Rotunda, in Bray Wyatt. Okay, and WWE has no one to blame but themselves. They let a creative wrestling genius like Wyndham Rotunda go. And if Wyndham Rotunda comes to AEW, that is going to be a big hit to WWE. A big, big hit to WWE. Okay? And plus, like Wyndham Rotunda versus Malachi Black. Wyndham Rotunda versus Darby Allin. Hell, if you want, you can do Wyndham Rotunda versus Sting. Okay? The possibilities are endless, bro. Like, I'm telling you, if AEW managed to get Wyndham Rotunda, that would be a big win for AEW. If you thought CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Andrade El Idolo, Ruby Soho, Malachi Black, if you thought those were game changers for AEW, imagine if they have all of those wrestlers plus Wyndham Rotunda. Bro, AEW would be fucking unstoppable at this point. Plus, as a creative genius, as Wyndham Rotunda would be, imagine the advice he would give to all the young talent in AEW, really giving advice to the young generation of AEW. Imagine him giving advice to a Daniel Garcia, a Lee Moriarty, a Dante Martin, a Wheeler Yuta. Like, imagine, like, bro, not only would Wyndham Rotunda be great on TV, but he would also be an important, incredible asset behind the scenes, giving advice to the next generation of AEW wrestlers. Okay, bro, like that. At that point, if AEW managed to get Wyndham Rotunda, bro, that would be a huge, and I mean gigantic, game changer for all elite wrestling. Next up on the list, Ricochet. Ricochet, without a doubt, the most underrated and overhated wrestler in all of professional wrestling right now. Okay? He is so underrated. I don't understand the hate Ricochet gets online. Okay? It's not Ricochet's fault. If there's anyone to blame, it's WWE Creative for doing him dirty. They barely use this man. They always use him as a jobber. Okay? Or sometimes they put him in a ladder match just for him to be a spot monkey. He makes him run after the 24/7 title, which is the Jobber Championship. They have done Ricochet dirty. They never really tried with Ricochet, which is a damn shame. Damn shame. Okay? Yes, they tried Ricochet as a face, and it wasn't exactly successful. So why then turn him heel? I have been a big advocate for WWE turning Ricochet heel, but they're never going to do it. Now, could it be possible that they might do it on SmackDown because Ricochet is now on SmackDown? Maybe, but I highly doubt it. Okay? WWE is never going to value Ricochet. So might as well get out of there, Ricochet, and go to AEW. And let him be a cocky heel in AEW. And imagine the matches. Ricochet versus Dante Martin, Ricochet versus Matt Sydal, Ricochet versus Lio Rush, Ricochet versus Kenny Omega. Oh my God, man. Like Ricochet is one of the best professional wrestlers in the world. So imagine him with creative freedom and also being a heel. Bro, like, come on. Like, Ricochet would finally, like, Ricochet's not getting any respect in WWE. But once he goes to AEW, a lot of people are going to change their minds about Ricochet, because I think like AEW is going to value and work a little more harder on Ricochet than WWE is ever doing with him right now. Okay? And plus, he would be great in the mid-card division. If you want, you can put him in the tag team division, maybe Ricochet and Dante Martin, Ricochet and Lio Rush. Hell, if he's so over, fuck, you can put him in the main card division if you want, if you make him very over. But I think Ricochet would be an amazing addition to the main card division. 100%. Ricochet versus Sammy Guevara. That would be a phenomenal matchup. Okay, Ricochet would be perfect for AEW, no question. Next up on the list, Cesaro. Oh my God, Cesaro. Okay, how Cesaro is not a world champion in WWE is absolutely fucking criminal. It's criminal. It's criminal. Hell, he hasn't won a single championship since 2012, 2011, when he won the United States Championship. Okay, so yeah, and WWE is never really going to push this man. They have a chance to push Cesaro. Cesaro has all the charisma. He has the wrestling ability. He has the fans back, but WWE never seems to push Cesaro, which without a doubt, one of the best professional wrestlers in the world today. Okay, I bet you once Cesaro goes to AEW, I bet you Cesaro will be a world champion within a year or two. While like Cesaro has been in WWE for what, almost a decade now, and they never gave him a shot. Well, they gave him a shot, but they never gave him a run with a world championship. I bet you when Cesaro goes to, I hope Cesaro goes to AEW, AEW would give him a world championship run within a year or two, because he is that fucking good. Okay, and imagine the matches with Kenny Omega, with CM Punk, with Bryan Danielson, with Malachi Black, with Andrade El Idolo. Hell, Cesaro can make QT Marshall have the best match of his entire career. Cesaro is that fucking good. Okay, Cesaro would absolutely be perfect. He would be great as a main event guy. He would be great as a mid-card guy. He would be great as a tag team guy. He would be a great asset all around to AEW. Cesaro would be someone that AEW, if WWE ever released Cesaro, they need to make the call to him immediately. They would be insane if they didn't hire Cesaro. Okay, just saying. Next up on the list, Tommaso Ciampa. Okay, obviously you guys knew he was going to list because I made a little hint of him when I talked about Johnny Gargano. But Tommaso Ciampa, he would be another great man to go to AEW. Okay, like Tommaso Ciampa, like before NXT became NXT 2.0, Ciampa didn't want to go to the main roster because of like all the shit that like Ciampa didn't want all his hard work to go to waste on the main roster, which is completely justified. And NXT, everything that made NXT great has changed because of Vince McMahon. Okay, and it's not like, I feel like WWE is not going to do anything with Tommaso Ciampa. Okay, but Ciampa and AEW would absolutely be great. Again, you can reunite Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa and put them in the tag team division. That would be another tag team right there. Hell, you could put them in the mid-card division and the main card division. And bro, Ciampa versus Moxley, Ciampa versus Kingston, Ciampa versus CM Punk. Okay, that's another man with a lot of dream matches right there. And you can do a good amount of stuff with Tommaso Ciampa. Okay, so yeah, like Ciampa would absolutely be great for AEW. And plus, Ciampa, AEW has the kind of storytelling that Tommaso Ciampa really likes and Tommaso Ciampa really excels to. Because in NXT 1.0, Ciampa was really into these complex, amazing storylines. And who has the best complex, amazing storylines right now? AEW. So Ciampa would absolutely be great in AEW. Not only that, but he would thrive in AEW, in my opinion. After that on the list, Sami Callihan. Okay, now I don't know where Sami Callihan is as of currently. He's on Impact, but I've been watching a lot of Impact replays and I haven't seen Sami Callihan, which is very weird. I hope he didn't like retire or got injured or anything. But honestly, Sami Callihan deserves to be in a big company like AEW. He brings that like brawler style, and I think Sami Callihan would do great. Hell, you can reunite the Switchblade Conspiracy with Jon Moxley, and you can put them in the tag team division. Plus, you can do matches like Callihan versus Mox if you want to. You could do Callihan versus Kingston, Callihan versus Omega to reignite that feud because they originally had that feud in Impact. You could do Callihan versus Adam Cole. Like, you can do all these matches with Sami Callihan. Plus, he would do great in the tag team division. He would do great in the mid-card division. Hell, if you want, like, he would be great in the main card division. Okay, Sami Callihan is just that damn good. Okay, and I feel like he's wasting his talents in Impact Wrestling. And it's not like AEW is doing, it's not like Impact Wrestling is doing anything with Sami Callihan. So I think it's time that Sami Callihan brings it up to the next level and go to a bigger promotion and go to AEW. I think that would be great for Sami Callihan. Jonathan Gresham, the Octopus, another man that is definitely one of the best professional wrestlers in the world right now. He's one of the best pure professional wrestlers in the world right now. And I think Jonathan Gresham would absolutely be perfect for AEW. Okay, he would be great in the mid-card division, the tag team division. Hell, if you want main event edition, but I see him as more like a mid-card, mid-card kind of guy. Hell, if you want, you could put him in the main card division. I think he would be great in the main event scene as well. But imagine matches like fucking Jonathan Gresham versus Daniel Garcia. Jonathan Gresham versus CM Punk. Jonathan Gresham versus Bryan Danielson. Bro. Danielson versus Gresham would be has the potential to be match of the year. Not only match of the year, but probably one of the best matches in the decade. Okay, that would be a phenomenal matchup. And since everyone is released from their Ring of Honor contracts, like, you must be crazy to not call off Jonathan Gresham and try to sign him. He would be perfect for AEW. And plus, you can do another faction with him, with Jonathan Gresham and the other man that I put on this list, Jay Lethal, and bring together the foundation from Ring of Honor. Like, dude, Jonathan Gresham, Jay Lethal, and hell, put Daniel Garcia in the faction. Okay, and then put them as like the foundation and be that faction that just wants to bring pure professional wrestling back into the mainstream, back into All Elite Wrestling. I think that would be great. And that's just another faction in All Elite Wrestling. Not to mention that Jay Lethal is a great in all aspects. The main event scene, the mid-card scene, and the tag team scene. Okay, Jay Lethal is just fucking impressive, and I think he would absolutely be perfect in AEW. So that is all the men that I went over for AEW. Now, let's go over the women that I think would absolutely be perfect for AEW. Now, in this list, there's only 6. Okay? But I feel like out of this list, I feel like this one with the women has the most variety, because not only do I have ladies from WWE, but I also have ladies from both Impact Wrestling and the NWA. Now, here are the 6 that I think would absolutely be perfect for All Elite Wrestling. Right off the bat, let's talk about Liv Morgan, man. Liv Morgan would be great for fucking All Elite Wrestling. Hell, if AEW ever decides to do women's tag team division, like, first of all, I think it could work. Like, you got Ty Conti and Anna Jay. You got the Bunny and Penelope Ford. You can have Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott. Okay? So, to reunite the Riott Squad. And you can add, like, a few other ladies, okay, in the tag team division. Now, with the WWE women's tag team title, they don't have any tag teams to begin with. But in AEW, I think an AEW tag team division could be possible. It could be possible. I'm not saying it's likely. And honestly, I much rather prefer AEW to do a mid-card women's championship instead of a tag team division. But if they bring in a few more ladies, they could do a tag team division, which could be good for AEW for the women's division. Like, to have an AEW Women's World Championship, an AEW Women's Mid-Card Championship, and an AEW Tag Team Championship division. And hell, if you want, you can make a women's show out of it. Well, that would be 5 shows, because AEW has Elevation, AEW Dark, Dynamite, and Rampage. So I don't think that's a good idea. Unless you take out Elevation. I don't know. I feel like you don't want to overwhelm the women's division with so many championships. So I think it's fine that they do an AEW Women's Championship and an AEW's Mid-Card Championship only for the women. Okay, but I think Liv Morgan would be great. She would be friends with Ruby Riott. Hell, you can make a rivalry between Ruby Soho. Sorry, I've been calling her Ruby Riott. Her name is now Ruby Soho. Ruby Riott's dead. Okay, the ride is dead. Okay, and I'm happy that it's dead. Okay, but yeah, you could do a rivalry between Liv Morgan and Ruby Soho, and I think she'd be a great addition to the AEW Women's Division. It's not like WWE is valuing Liv Morgan. She's not. And hold on a sec. Looks like it is getting dark a little bit, so let me turn on my light a little bit just to get a better viewing experience. There you go. Yeah, because it is getting dark, and after this video, I am going for my Halloween nighttime walk that I do every single year. So there's that. But back to the topic at hand. I think it's not like Liv Morgan is being valued by WWE. Okay? And like we have been asking, the wrestling community has been asking for Liv Morgan to get a proper push. And WWE keeps denying it over and over and over again. Okay? I think it's more than likely that WWE is never going to value her, and WWE is never going to give her that massive push that we all been asking for. So I think Liv Morgan, I think it's time for her to say fuck you, WWE. Go to AEW and prove WWE wrong that she can be a big name. And I think she could be a big name. I think she could be an incredible name in the AEW women's division. After that, Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae, she would be phenomenal, okay, in the AEW women's division. Not only that, but Candice LeRae has a history with the Bullet Club, with the Elite. She has history with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. And matter of fact, Candice LeRae won the PWG Tag Team Championships all by herself against the Young Bucks at one point. Okay, so you can do a lot of interpromotional matches with Candice LeRae. Imagine Candice LeRae versus Kenny Omega, Candice LeRae versus fucking Adam Cole, or Candice LeRae versus one of the Young Bucks. I think she would do great. Okay, hell, if you want, she could. Candice LeRae could be the first ever TNT champion. And for all of you saying that Candice LeRae wouldn't have a great matchup with men, first of all, that's sexist. Second of all, go to YouTube, right, and watch some of Candice LeRae matches with some of the men that she had in AEW. Watch her matchup against her husband, Johnny Gargano, and tell me that Candice LeRae cannot have a great match with me. I think Candice LeRae would not be a phenomenal addition to the AEW women's division, but I think if you want to break some barriers, put Candice LeRae in the mid-card division and have her win, have her be the first ever female TNT champion and defend the title from people like Miro and Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia. I think if anyone can pull that off, it's Candice LeRae. She would 1,000% be perfect for All Elite Wrestling. Dakota Kai, without a doubt, the most underrated, in my personal opinion, the most underrated women in all of professional wrestling right now in terms of the women. Okay, not many people are talking about how great Dakota Kai is. Not only is she sexy as hell, just saying, but yeah, not afraid to admit it, I'm in love with Dakota Kai. Okay, but not only that, but Dakota Kai is extremely impressive in the ring. Extremely impressive in the ring. She has put up bangers in NXT. Okay, I think Dakota Kai would absolutely be perfect. Imagine Dakota Kai versus Serena Deeb. A strong style matchup between Dakota Kai and Hikaru Shida. Holy shit. Okay, that would be phenomenal. I think Dakota Kai would absolutely be perfect for the AEW women's division. Plus, Dakota Kai is so good that I can see her becoming AEW women's champion one day if she ever goes to All Elite Wrestling. She has a better chance of being a women's champion in AEW than in WWE, in my opinion. But yeah, I think Dakota Kai would absolutely be phenomenal in AEW. Toni Storm, a woman who is currently being underutilized, criminally underutilized by WWE. And Toni Storm is another one that might not be, that might possibly not be valued by WWE. Okay, they barely fucking use her. And even if they did use her, they either put her in 1-minute matches or they let her lose to a fucking jobbers like Selena Vega. Okay? Like, come on. Toni Storm deserves better, man. Toni Storm had such a phenomenal run in NXT and in NXT UK. Okay, not to mention that she is an Australian rock star. She is a badass. How the hell are you not pushing somebody like that in the women's division? Okay, if Tony Khan had somebody like Toni Storm, she would be one of the faces of the women's division. Okay, she is that good and she is that bad. She is that much badass. Okay, I think Toni Storm would absolutely be phenomenal in All Elite Wrestling, in my opinion. Lady Frost. Lady Frost. Now you're probably wondering, who the hell is Lady Frost? Well, Lady Frost is a woman from the NWA, and my God, she is impressive. Holy mother of God. From the little time that I've seen her, whoo, she is impressive, and she has one of the most beautiful moonsaults I have ever seen. One of the most beautiful, beautiful moonsaults I have ever fucking seen. Okay, not only that, but she has such an interesting character. She basically, her character is like an Elsa type character. Like, she wears all blue, she wears a coat coming to the ring, and I think that would be great. Like, she would be a phenomenal wrestler, not just in, like, she would be great. She would be perfect in All Elite Wrestling. Not to mention the fact that I think that she would be like, you can bring a lot of girls and a lot of little girls actually into watching All Elite Wrestling. Because again, Frozen is one of the most popular films in the world right now. A lot of people know about Elsa, and Lady Frost has like an Elsa type character. So it's a win-win for both demographics, for people that love professional wrestling and for people that like characters. Lady Frost has both an interesting character and she is a phenomenal professional wrestler. There's so many things that you can do with Lady Frost in All Elite Wrestling. I think Lady Frost would absolutely be phenomenal in All Elite Wrestling, in my opinion. Yeah, like, put like Tony Khan, if you can, try to put Lady Frost into your AEW Women's Division. I think she would be perfect in it. And the last lady on this list is the virtuosa herself, Deonna Purrazzo. Now, I originally wasn't going to put her on this list because she was Impact Women's Champion at the time, and one of the longest, if not the longest, Impact Women's Champion of all time. But she recently lost it at Bound for Glory to Mickie James, which is a very questionable decision. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Mickie James, but did she really need that win, though? Did she really need that win? But now that happened, I think it's time to bring Deonna Purrazzo to All Elite Wrestling. Okay, she is an amazing professional wrestler. She's been getting a lot of buzz by people in the wrestling community, and rightfully so. Okay, and imagine matchups like Deonna Purrazzo versus Serena Deeb, Deonna Purrazzo versus Thunder Rosa, Deonna Purrazzo versus Hikaru Shida. Hell, we've been asking for a dream match between Deonna Purrazzo and Britt Baker. Okay, I think that would be a very good matchup. Hell, even a great matchup if Britt Baker continues to improve her wrestling ability, which she has. She has been improving her wrestling ability. But imagine Britt Baker, who's at like the best Britt Baker of her entire career, against Deonna Purrazzo. I think that would be a great matchup. And I think Deonna Purrazzo would be an incredible addition to the AEW Women's Division, in my opinion. Now we get to the tag teams. Okay, now I only got 2 tag teams on this list. Now let's quickly go over real quick. The Gorillas of Destiny. The Gorillas of Destiny should definitely come to All Elite Wrestling. Honestly, I think they definitely already done everything that it is to do in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Hell, they had held the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships 7 times. 7 times. Okay, that is absolutely insane. But imagine the Gorillas of Destiny in All Elite Wrestling. Imagine them going after the AEW Tag Team titles. Imagine them going to war against Santana and Ortiz, against the Young Bucks, against Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus, Jurassic Express, the Dark Order, like, bro. And you can imagine God against fucking Red Dragon and the Hardy Boys and DIY and Generico and Steen, like, bro. Like, God would absolutely be phenomenal in All Elite Wrestling. I feel like God has done everything that it needs to do in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I think it's time to give them some fresh new scenery, and I think AEW would be perfect for them. Plus, you can reunite the OG Bullet Club with Finn Balor and the Gorillas of Destiny. Hell, put Bad Luck Fale. I'm gonna bring them as one package. Bring in Gorillas of Destiny and Bad Luck Fale to AEW and bring back together the original Bullet Club. Now, I know the original Bullet Club was Finn Balor, Tama Tonga, Bad Luck Fale, and Carl Anderson. What I'm doing is I'm taking out Carl Anderson because he's obviously in Impact with Luke Gallows as a tag team, but instead bringing in Tanga Loa as the Carl Anderson replacement. But at that point, other than that change, you got basically the OG Bullet Club in AEW. You can do like a little mini invasion. Have like Finn Balor be the AEW World Champion, the Gorillas of Destiny as the AEW Tag Team Champion, and Bad Luck Fale as the TNT Champion. I think that would be absolutely phenomenal. Okay. And like at one point, the original Bullet Club are running the show in AEW because they're all the champions. I think that would absolutely be great. Okay. I think Gorillas of Destiny would be perfect for AEW. And the last tag team I want to talk about are the Briscoes. Jay and Mark Briscoes, former Ring of Honor tag team champions. This is another team that would absolutely be great for All Elite Wrestling. Like, they would bring like a brawling, hard-hitting nature to the AEW tag team division. I think that the Briscoes would bring something fresh and different to the AEW tag team division. Like I think that'd be awesome. Imagine street fights with the Briscoes and Santana Ortiz. The Briscoes versus the Lucha Bros. Like, bro, the possibilities are absolutely endless. But this is my opinion on all the wrestlers that AEW should go out of their way to sign. And for a little recap, let's go over the recap real quick. The wrestlers that AEW should go out of their way to sign is as follows: Kyle O'Reilly, Jeff Hardy, Kevin Steen, Sami Zayn / El Generico, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano, Bray Wyatt, aka Wendell Rotunda, Ricochet, Cesaro, Tommaso Ciampa, Sami Callihan, Jonathan Gresham, Jay Lethal, Liv Morgan, Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Toni Storm, Lady Frost, Deonna Purrazzo, God with Bad Luck Fale, and the Briscoes. Those are the wrestlers that I think, in my opinion, AEW should go out of their way to sign. But I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Who do you want AEW to go out of their way and sign? And is there any wrestlers that you want AEW to sign? I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Much, much appreciated. And if you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment. And if you guys like the content that I make sure you subscribe and leave the notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my videos. And until next time, this is Gabriel, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the evening. Happy Halloween, everyone, and I'll see you next time in the asylum. Have a nice night, everyone, and happy Halloween.